Yes, it's that time of year again where golf manufacturers bring out a whole host of new drivers and lots and lots of people are going to be buying these. Well, before you go out and spend £400, £500 or even more on these little beauties, make sure you watch this video because I'm going to give you some of the tips that you're going to need to be able to pick out the right one which is going to suit your game. Let's have it. This is Nick Does Golf. Hey golfers, and welcome back to my channel Nick Does Golf. Great to have you here for this one. Today's video is all about equipment and drivers in particular. Manufacturers such as Ping, Titleist, Taylormade are bringing out loads of these different versions of the drivers and people are simply going to buy them because they are a thing of beauty. But before you do all of that, I'm going to give you some tips which you're going to need to take away with you, which are going to help you pick out the right driver for you and splash the cash on these great clubs. So let's get stuck in. Oh, and before that, make sure you hit the big red subscribe button down below. I'd really appreciate the support. Now for this video, I don't have any of these drivers with me because one, I'm not in a privileged position where I can just get these clubs sent to me, and two, I'm currently stuck in lockdown and I can't go anywhere because the golf courses are shut as well. But for this instance, I'm going to pretend that I want to purchase a driver for this year, which is actually probably going to happen. So what would be the first thing that I would do? Well, I would certainly do my research. So whether that is going on the website and seeing what they have to offer, is there any advances in technology? Are they carrying anything over from the previous years? How does it relate to the current driver that I have? So for me, it's the G series driver, which is quite an old driver now. And how is that different from the latest ones coming out for the 2021 season? Advances in technology are massive, so you need to consider different shafts that go into the driver, what the club head is now doing, how the aerodynamics are working, all these different things. Make sure you have that in your head prior to actually purchasing one. Number two is don't actually be a loner and buy one online. It's absolutely pointless because you don't know if it's going to work for you, whether you're actually going to like it or not. It's just a pointless exercise. You need to make sure that you either go for a fitting or just go and try one out at your local American Golf or whatever store that is near to you. Make sure you go and try it, see if you like it, if you like the look of it, the appearance, see if it works for you and whether you swing well with it. That is massively important. If you've got a club which you really don't like the look of, it never feels good when you actually hit the ball, whatever you do it just doesn't work, then that is definitely not the right club for you and you need to change it. So making sure that it looks good and feels good is very important. So I'm going to take a look at the three drivers which are pretty much going to be at the forefront of the 2021 season, and we're going to start with the Titleist TSi3 driver and what it's all about. So this rocks in at a lovely price of £519, which is a hell of a lot of money. So if you are just going to go and buy one off the shelf, I think you're probably going to be a little bit of an idiot doing that. But anyway, let's see what this offers. So Titleist say this is for players who create more consistent contact off the face and require more precise control. And it also has an adjustable design for advanced speed tuning performance. Well, this tells me that they're aiming this for obviously the better player. I'm not saying that higher handicap players can't actually use this because chances are they probably could, but obviously it's designed for more strike. Titleist are renowned for creating clubs which are designed for pretty much precise ball striking, and this is like no other. So it looks very nice, to be honest. If we take a look at the pictures here, solid head on it. It's got 460 cubic centimetre head on it, which is ideal, and it's obviously the max for conforming. If we look at it from the top view, pretty standard for a Titleist. Black face, adjustable for the shaft here as well. Solid club really. From there we move on to the Ping G425 driver. Now Ping have been doing this for a long time and they've been offering different sort of versions of the driver. So here's your standard one here, your max driver. Now they're claiming that this is the highest moment of inertia driver, which obviously means in simple terms that that is going to create more acceleration, which creates more ball speed and club head speed, which is ideal if you don't hit it long. Again, it pretty much does the same as the Titleist driver. It's got an adjustable weight just to help you if you hit a certain shot shape, for example. But with the other versions, it's got a low spin driver here, which obviously is going to deliver a lower trajectory with that one. And they've also got their SFT driver, which is obviously straight flight technology. So this is going to be for more beginner, say average golfer, because this is going to help them out a lot more than, say, the normal one, the max driver. But to be honest, I don't think there's a lot to choose between the three. This is why it's very, very important that you need to go out and try them all and see which one works for you. Now these clubs are weighing in at a £450 price tag, which again is a hell of a lot of money. So this backs the case of going to try them out and not just buying them on the shelf, because that is not going to benefit you at all unless you're very lucky. From there we move on to the Taylormade Sim2 driver. Now this is a brand new beast. This is adding to the collection of the Sim driver which they brought out last year. So they got a Sim2 and a Sim2 Max. Now these beauties aren't actually on the Taylormade website yet, so I'm just looking at the reviews and what they actually say. With this club, the idea is to improve aerodynamic shaping while at the same time providing for a deep and low centre of gravity for more stability on off-centre hits and lower spin. So common theme for this year is they're trying to get a low spin driver out, okay, which is going to deliver a higher ball flight. Another thing that this driver has is that it has a speed pocket designed to improve face deflection across the face, particularly on low face impact. So pretty much a trampoline effect there. Okay, Taylormade have been doing this for a hell of a long time now. The Sim2 is labelled around a weight port toward the front of the sole with the words high moment of inertia, low spin. So that justifies exactly what I said. Okay, they're trying to get as much acceleration into that ball as possible whilst decreasing the amount of spin that they get on it. They've also said that it is noticeable that there is no visible sliding weight on the driver, which has been pretty much one of the iconic things with Taylormade drivers over the years since they started, all the way back to the R7 quad driver, if you remember that bad boy. So there's no price tag on this one, but I can pretty much guarantee it's definitely going to be between £450 and £500 for this driver. The prices are going up and up and up, but also the technology is to make the game much easier for the average golfer. So if you've done your research, you've tried out the clubs, and you've also had a decent club fitter which is going to help you decide the shaft, whether it's a new grip that you need on it, and the different settings on the club face, then all you need to do really is decide which one you want to go for, and then you can part with the cash. Hand it over, sir. There you go. I'm ready to hit the golf course with this new club, and I cannot wait. That is exactly how you need to go about the process of purchasing a new driver. Even if it isn't one of these clubs, you need to make sure that you follow that process, because I guarantee that you'll perform a lot better with the club once you've got it in your hands. So I hope that you have found that beneficial, and it has given you a little bit more of a structure in terms of how you are going to go about finding a new driver which is going to work for you. To be honest, if this was a video of me actually hitting the golf clubs, I don't think it would benefit you that much anyway, because it's just my opinion. A driver that might work for me may not necessarily work for you, so watching videos on things like that isn't really going to benefit you that much. In my opinion, it always comes down to the player themselves. If you get a club in your hands which is going to benefit you, and you're going to be happy with hitting, and you're going to be hitting and producing better shots more often than not, then you've certainly made the right choice, rather than going off somebody else that is hitting the club for you. Golf is such a varied sport. People have different swings, they have different clubs, they use different methods for everything that they do. It's all personal preference, and the same comes down to when you get your equipment. I promise you, you'll be much better off. So if you have liked this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up, hit the like button, ding, and leave a comment down below. Let me know if you want to go out and try these clubs. If you've already got one, let me know. Or if you simply don't like the look of any of them and you disagree with my points, that's fine as well. Leave a comment down below. I'd love to hear from you. Of course, like I said at the start of the video, hit the subscribe button if you haven't done so already. I'm going to be doing lots and lots of videos for this year, so make sure you do that. Along with that, check out my social media platforms on Instagram, Twitter and TikTok so you can keep up to date with everything that I'm doing. Interact with me, follow my journey, I'd love that. So I hope you enjoyed that equipment video. Thanks very much for watching guys, and see you all on the next one.